So, I happen to be way above and beyond excellent around my late husband and pretend I'm not narcissist. And where does that go? When you're around a person, I was taught by a less crazier person, late Theodore Carl Samuelin, who was labeled schizophrenic. I mean, oh my God, pretend I'm not narcissist and late James Lester Sapone, my dead husband, both of them are way worse than any schizophrenic. Just awful, awful, awful. Watching every move that I made, like they didn't make me completely, totally insane around them. I actually should not have survived both men whatsoever at all. I mean, they were psychopaths. I mean, pretend I'm not narcissists. When my husband was in jail in October 2020, watched every move I made. He stayed awake 24/7, watching every move I made. It's disgusting. It's horrifying. I wanted to die like all the time around pretend I'm not narcissist and my dead husband. Just awful, awful people. Alright, so I unfortunately was good to both horrific psychopaths is what I prefer to call them. So late Theodore Carl Samuelin taught me, you tell the person exactly what you're going to do and do it. And then they can't, blame you but nope, that didn't work for both horrific psychopaths, pretend not narcissists, and late James Lester Sapone, my dead husband. Did not work around them at all. These insane monsters. It doesn't matter that you're above and beyond excellent. Your behavior. It doesn't matter how good your behavior is. They're gonna knock you down anyway. I thought I told you not to do that. Yeah, we said maybe it was a good idea, but yeah, I told you not to do that. What are you doing? God, you're so ungrateful. Who can stand you? No one can stand you. You're an awful person. This was pretend I'm not narcissist in 2020 to me. Just outrageous behavior. And I'm going to bring up that, both my late husband and him were child molesters. Guess what? They never had to answer to that shit. Never. Okay, my husband actually hated children. But he did rape 13-year-olds in Maryland. So he was an asshole 20-year-old that drove little 13-year-olds and his hot rods down. They were probably virgins, but they liked him, right? They thought, well, maybe I can go out with a nice guy. Nope. Late James Lester Sapone was not a nice guy. Just like pretend I'm not narcissist. Not a nice guy. He raped him. That's not child molestation because she's, a teenager and she wanted to go out with the guy. It doesn't change the fact that he raped them, but that a woman actually is thinking about going out with someone, but he forced it on her, it's rape then. He just went down to Maryland, went down to the state liquor store, and got a whole bunch of cheap liquor and raped him. Waited till they blacked out and raped him, and that was my dead husband. That's how awful. Awful. In fact, I didn't know he was a rapist until I watched LMN with him. Horrible real life stories. These two young girls, the one died, were beaten up to death on the beach. The one died right beside her. They were raped to death. So they were beaten and raped to death. The one girl somehow survived, but her friend beside her. And my dead husband said she wanted it. Well, then that, you know he's a violent raper then. Yeah, just like pretend a lot narcissist. You never ever guess. You just have to see a monster in, like, the exact right moment to hear what they had to say. And it's just like, oh my God. Just not even human, just Satan. They're just Satan. You know, that I don't even go along with Satan's angels, fallen angels, you know. Satan. They're just Satan. Okay, they're just empty shells. Pretend a lot of narcissists. My used to be dead husband when he was alive. Just an empty shell. Just imagine half of an empty shell. Eggshell. Filled with demons. And that's pretend a lot of narcissists. That was my dead husband. Just awful. They don't have to answer to any of the hell that they create whatsoever at all. I mean, look at all the hell that was created in my life from pretend a lot of narcissists. Him telling everybody underneath the sun that I was a child molester. He's awful. Everyone that he met at Walmart. And then they figured out he was a child molester because he took some kids probably in the bathroom. Like, and all he ever did was lie about how he got fired. But I heard it on the phone. Oh, I was with Purple Alien kids. That they falsely accused me, just like Walmart. They fired me because they falsified that I was with kids. What? Because he was. You know, yeah, and then I saw the child porn app on my husband's phone. I didn't know that he... Well, I figured out he was a rapist. You know, saying that on LMN. This is like shocking shit. Okay, so it's trauma hitting your brain. Like, you're sitting with, you know, your husband. You didn't think that he raped. And he says, oh, she wanted a girl that's almost dead on the beach and raped to death. Shock. Trauma. Like, he kept that hidden from me the whole over 2 years. And I'll just let it all hang out, comfortable at the Four Seasons, you know. Oh my God. This is the hell that I'm forced to put up with. And pretend I'm not narcissist. Like, oh my God. You know, yeah, he's an old man. You just wouldn't think. You know, you. It just seems like, you know, old people. You know, I looked at them as, you know, respectable as, you know, the Japanese always respect their elderlies. Like, that's the way it should be. But there's so many horrifying perverts out there, like pretend a lot narcissists, like, oh my God. Damn. Awful. So, well, you can't do anything. And they're like, oh my God, Earth is hell. Pretend a lot narcissists never had to answer to one horrifying trauma that he ever caused in my life. He never cared about me. Kicking me out of his fucking car how many damn times. Oh my God. At Delaware, how many times he kicked me. God, how can you get lost on a highway? It's straight going to Delaware from PA. It's just straight line. And he deliberately went out of his way to get lost and drive 6 hours in his car. And yeah, I need to buy gas. So then he rides around for 45 minutes. Like, yeah, you really needed gas? Well, how do you ride around for 45 minutes then? Just ride around a big, huge circle. Just get... yeah, that's what he did the entire... Just because he doesn't know what love is. He wouldn't even know. You know, he's just Satan himself. But he, for some reason... I wouldn't even say like me. He wanted to be in the car with me, so that's why I drove around like 6 hours lost. picking me up from Delaware when my husband died last year. It was July. It was August. So he picked me up. It just, oh, well, he did one thing. No, not after what the hell happened in 2020. Of me being tortured to death by him for 4 months. Then his sick mind, then he somehow fell in love with me, what he thought. But I mean, he's just so obsessed with me. Like, because, you know, he's a child molester, and he's able to tell the world that I'm a child molester. So he's able to take off his mask and throw it on me. That's what all insane abusers do. Can't one time. He's not real. You can't communicate with him. He could never one time tell you the truth. Just a total asshole. How many times did he kick me out of the car? He kicked me out of the car. Take me to the post office. Take me out to pretend to get a job when my husband was in jail in 2020. All these times they kicked me out of the car. Like, oh my God. Like, you know, I don't do anything. I'm calling 911. You're misbehaving. Ungrateful. So ungrateful. And he's ungrateful because I'm at peace with myself, and evidently he never was. He absolutely hates himself to death. Attacking me so damn bad. All the time. There's not one time he ever saw me, he didn't scream to me. Screamed to death. His death on me. For a half hour. Angry. Angry as hell. Because all he is hell. God, look at our Thanksgiving and our horrifying fucking Christmas in 2020. Like, God, getting lost in the damn car going up to Cracker Barrel near the American Music Theater on the Lincoln Highway East. Not hard to find, but it's very hard for him to find because he's a total nutcase. Yeah, and he deliberately schemes. I guess he loves to be driving in the car with me, so then he's like, oh, I want to get lost. I like driving in the car with her. Just gross. Totally gross. And yeah, I don't look that good right now, but you know, you can blame the way I look on people hating me to death, like pretend narcissists. I mean, the stress is immense. That hatred that he has towards me is immense. But, you know, it's not just him, it's other people that, you know, I don't do anything wrong to them. I don't go out of my way to scheme, you know. Oh, like pretend I'm a narcissist. Why? If I get her in the car and drive her all the way to the post office across the street from Donley, if I can get her in the car to drive her all that distance, then I can pretend to kick her out of the car. Then I can totally attack her and have her in the car. She has to obey me because it's wintertime. I mean, these are the thoughts in his head. If I just attack her. You're so ungrateful. Like, I'm calling 911 right now. You're so ungrateful. Get out of the car. Treat me like worse than a dog. Worse than a